I nervously allow Sayori into my room and close the door behind me. Phew, I still can't get over the ending of to that movie. So we had a sleepover. Meh, I thought it was okay. I mean, it's hard to take the movie seriously when one guy takes on 50 other guys at one time. Sayori smirks and giggles to herself. What? That sounds dirty. What? Oh! Come on, Sayori, you know I didn't mean it to come out like that. Sure, Aragon. There isn't anything you'd like to tell me, is there? What? No, you know what I meant, dummy. Whatever helps you sleep at night, silly. Besides, him being able to beat so many guys like that is the whole point, isn't it? I mean, yeah. But I can't help but get taken out of the movie when I see stuff like that. Sheesh, everybody's a critic. Remind me not to show you any more of my favorite movies. If there's anything like that one, you'd be doing me a favor. Sarah sticks her tongue out at me and gently smacks my arm. Soaks a little further into my room and plops herself down on the floor. She gently pats her hand on the carpet and motions for me to sit down next to her. Come here, Aragon. Sit with me. Sure, I'll just pretend there isn't a very uncomfortable bed just a few steps away. Away then. I sit myself down next to Sayori and let out a sigh. Well, aren't you going to turn on the TV? What? But we just finished watching an entire movie. I just like the background noise. Alright then, I'll just put on something random. I reach over and grab the TV remote from off the shelf. I turn it on and start switching through random channels. With the corner of my eye, I see Sayori rubbing two fingers along her neck bruise. Sayori? Huh? What's up? Eh? I put on a random sitcom and lower the volume to a minimum so it isn't too distracting. We never got around to talking about your therapy session today. Would you like to talk about it? Oh sure, it was a good session I think. I learned a lot about myself. Oh yeah? Well, let's start there. Okay, so today's session focused a lot on my past rather than what I'm currently going through. She said remembering the person I was from my past is a good starting point to self-improvement in the present. Of course well, it wasn't really hard for me to think about my past. Really? Was there anything bad that happened? Yeah. Sarah suddenly gets quiet. I've learned that when she does this, it's best to not pester her since she's most likely thinking about what to say next. It was hard because you weren't there. Huh? What does she mean? Like, you mean that the session? I don't know if that. No, I mean there in the I meant there as in the past. Oh. I knew I messed up. I shouldn't have told you that. I'm still so selfish. No, you're not. Just please don't focus on that right now, okay? Just talk about the good things. You said it was a good session, remember? Sarah takes a deep breath and exhales slowly. Alright, so after all that, she talked to me about how one's past doesn't really define who you are. The actions and decisions you've made can have an effect on it, of course. But she said that even after all that, you are still just as capable of creating a better future for yourself. She said it's very easy to forget about that, and very hard to keep reminding ourselves of it as well. Yeah, I do agree with that. So after explaining my past to her, she told me that the first step to solving a problem is recognizing where and when it started. Ah, I think I understand. So I assume you went back to a time when your depression started to get worse? Not really. That's part of it, but that's not where I wanted to start. Sayori slowly points to her neck, and it all becomes clear to me now. She's facing the action that she took. I can't really begin to imagine how difficult that must be. I see. That's gotta be really tough, huh? The toughest. Aragon, Aragon, I'm so sorry. For everything. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't want to die. I really didn't. But I didn't want to live with this pain anymore. I just wanted it to stop. type of pain that nobody can really see. And if I ever showed that part of myself, I'd put that same pain on others. I don't think that's true at all, Sayori. But that's the thing, Aragon. I can't believe something like that. My brain won't let me. It just felt like I had no other options left. So I let her body fall into my arms as she starts crying into my shirt. I don't know what to do other than hug her and hold her close to me. This isn't the first time this has happened. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing by constantly asking her to talk about these things. Is it okay to talk about this when it only happened a few weeks ago? That's dependent on person, pretty much. Sayori's tears continue to soak into my shirt as her body convulses with every breath. I've got so much trouble for you and the others, especially Monica. I gently rub her back. You're doing a good job, Sayori. She sniffles and lets out a sigh. What? You're doing good. I'm glad that you're here with me, talking about this. It's really hard, because every part of my body is telling me I shouldn't. And yet you still talked about your feelings with me. That's amazing. Is it? Sayori breaks from my embrace and sits back upright. You're a very strong girl for doing this. And I should tell you that you truly do mean a lot to the others as well. Don't you remember Yuri and Natsuki visiting? She only nods. And Monica, well, I think she cares about you too. She's just a bit weird in showing it. But you get what I mean. Sayori wipes away her tears and takes a deep breath. Sayori stares off into the distance, clearly thinking about things that I can't even begin to guess on. This is also funny, you know? It is? Yeah. We've been hanging out together so much more often now. All because you care and worry about me, right? Well, duh, why wouldn't I? I guess. I just wish that maybe we could have spent more time with each other before all this. I kinda always felt like you're only here because you feel like you need to be. I realize now that what she's getting at. She's starting to think that I'm only here because of what happened, rather than by my own volition. Wait, Sayori. You do know I've been thinking of trying to spend more time with you even before all this, right? Sure you believe me, right? I want to. Just not right now. Okay? She gives a pleading smile, almost as if she really wants me to stop talking about this. Alright. There's a pretty long pause between us, but it doesn't feel awkward. So it almost feels like there's a shared level of understanding now sweeping the room. I guess I want to show Sayori that I'm trying to understand her, even when I really don't. All the while, Sayori's trying to understand her own feelings. I look over at my phone to check the time, realizing it's getting quite late. Hey, I've got an idea, and I think you really like this one. Oh, what is it? So, it's been quite a while since we've had a real sleepover, hasn't it? Huh? What do you mean? I've already slept over my house a bunch of times. Well, I mean, well, shoot, I was hoping this wouldn't sound weird, but now, right, as I think about saying it out loud, it sounds pretty darn weird. I mean, you remember the sleepovers we used to have together, right? When we were kids? Please know what I'm talking about. I really don't want to have to explain. Not really! Why don't you try and explain it, Aragon? Oh, she knows exactly what I'm talking about now. Man, you ready to do me like this, huh? All part of the fun. Fine. I'm talking about the days when you came over and we, you know. Uh-huh. What was it that I know? Jeez, she really put me in a spot this time. Those days where we slept together. There. You really up and said it! Is that all you wanted from me? That was psychological warfare right there, Sayori. Jeez. All part of my plan. So, did you want to ask me something else? Man. Yeah, I'll just come out and say it at this point. Do you want to sleep over with me tonight? Like we used to as kids? It! What? I didn't think you'd actually be able to ask me. Well, who's all flustered now? I gently poke her cheek, which is so red it felt warm to the touch.
No fair! I had you first!
Well, consider us even then. Now, do you want to get ready for bed or not? I said it very weirdly.
Sure, let me go wash up a little bit first, okay? Is it okay if I use your shower?
Of course. I don't want your stinky body all over my clean bed sheets. Sarah sticks her tongue out at me before leaving towards my bathroom. I quickly get up and rush to make sure my bed is ready for her. Damn, are we really doing this? Was this even the right thing to do? We aren't dating, but okay, so we finally have really established that. I don't know. This just feels right to me. These interesting like these are made awkward for me because like I have slept with like friends in their bed before, and we're still just friends. Like it's just a question of what are your boundaries as friends, and I just found people whose boundaries and mine align with we can sleep next to each other in a bed, we can cuddle while we're at it, still not attracted to each other in like a romantic or sexual level. Not all of my friends. But for some it works, and I'm really happy about that. Because I don't understand why you're supposed to only just cuddle with your partner. Like, friendship cuddles are great too. And family cuddles. But, depends how your family is currently doing. It's kind of funny to think about. As kids, these types of things aren't even given a second thought. We just think it's all normal and fun to do. Getting older really does suck. Well, why do you think about it that way? I didn't even notice that it was weird to sleep with your friends. Like, is it even weird? Like, I've seen people say that it's weird before. But the first time we did it, we didn't think about it as weird. I mean, maybe they did. They said they didn't think it was weird, but maybe they knew it would be considered weird, but I didn't actually really think that it would be. Just don't grow up in these aspects. There, all cleaned up. Yeah. I pick up my phone. Oh, it's Yuri. Thank you for today. They all use their profile pictures, which I think is interesting. Like, I don't know many. I know a few, but most people I know don't use like their faces as their profile pictures. Huh. I wasn't really expecting a message from her so quickly. Of course. I'll see you tomorrow. She doesn't respond back to that. She just sends this thumbs up emoji, and that seems that conversation. I do hope she's alright. I guess that's two girls I'm worried about now. And I'm almost certain it's not the healthiest thing in the world to have on my mind all the time. I hear the door open and quickly turn around towards it.
Your show was really nice, Aragon. Very relaxing.
It is? Ha! Guess I wouldn't ever notice it. It's the same show I've had for years. You ready for bed? Sarah nods as she walks over and takes the rightmost side of the bed. I flip the lights off and hop into bed next to her, making sure she has enough room to move around. Well, I guess in her case it might make sense that she, like, doesn't change, but, like, do none of you wear pajamas? Or, like, I've heard apparently some people sleep naked. I have pajamas. Special pajamas. Currently I'm wearing one with foxes on it. And it has something... like... Wait a second, what's written on my pajamas up here? Let's get comfy. I didn't save the Yuri image, but I was too focused on something else. Let's save this one. I lay on my side and Sayuri does the same. So, you comfy? Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, now it's a little awkward.
So, how was the club meeting today? It wasn't boring without me, was it?
Well, it was interesting to say the least.
That's good. What did you guys do?
Well, as you know, we postponed the poem reading, so I look away from Sayori for a short moment.
Hey, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you?
What? No, of course not. It's just well, we didn't actually do much. There's a lot of talking about future things to do for the club, but nothing too crazy, honestly. Though we did talk about Monica not really having any backup plans for the club due to your absence.
Oh, really? Shoot, I really should have made plans, huh?
Oh no, don't worry about that. We all agree that it isn't supposed to be your responsibility.
Alright, I guess that makes it easier for me then.
We stay silent for a little while. My eyes begin to wander around, and I only ever find myself glancing at Sayori's body.
Hey, Aragon.
I like this face a bit more than just a normal smiling one, so I'll keep that. You can't see it all that well, but whatever. What?
Why are you looking at me like that? My eyes.
Oh, did we? That was I just realized it was. Why are you looking at me like that?
My eyes up here.
Huh? Hey, don't make this weird. Unless you want to sleep in this bed all by yourself.
That doesn't sound so bad. Your bed is a lot bigger than mine.
Sierra and I laughed together.
Some things never change, huh?
Yeah. This is nice though. Really.
You think so? I really hope I'm not imposing by sleeping in your bed.
Not at all. It was my idea after all. Just don't talk all the sheets for yourself and we don't have any problems.
I can't make any promises. Let's get some sleep. I don't want to be late tomorrow.
Right. Good night, Sayori.
Good night, Aragon. Sleep well.
This is the general transformation.
You saved me. Why? I didn't deserve your kindness then. I don't deserve it now. Yet you're still here, by my side. I'm thankful for you. I'm always saying I don't need your help. I'm always saying to let me go. But deep down, I want you to stay here with me. Because as much as it hurts me, I know you mean well by it. I'm glad you're my best friend, Aragon.
Another day, another dollar. At least I think that's how expression goes. I don't know many English expressions or whatever. I don't know any German expressions either, whatever. I don't know, I was about to read and I just said I don't know. Now that I think about it, it doesn't really make much sense when I don't get paid to go to school, does it?
I still can't believe you got so shocked about the way I eat my cereal, Aragon.
Sayori, you must understand. Microwaving cereal is certainly not the norm. Sayori! I'm also a fellow microwaving cereal microwaver. It just... I can't stand cold anything. Like literally, like my mother always used to always fill up like bottles of water, of like cold water, and even in summer it was horrible. I need to drink warm water. That's why I usually bring tea with me, in, like one of these like cans that allows you to keep it warm or cold or whatever. And then I always fill in like hot water into my water bottles because it will get a bit colder over time down there. Down here. Down there. It's down below me. So. And the same goes for milk. And to add to that, I'm lactose intolerant. And for some reason it helps a little bit to microwave. Like, when the milk is a bit warmer, it helps a little bit. I generally don't, like, I've been trying like alternatives for milk, but for some reason I keep coming back because I'm struggling, I guess. But maybe I should change. But even then I'll probably make it warm anyway because I like it warm. I like when the cereals are like getting like, it gets like when the cereals are like basically melting in the hot milk. Like when you like put in some chocolate cereal and it's like you can just see the milk turning chalky, and it's like much faster. I just keep stammering. It's like much faster when you do it when the milk is warm. That's what I want to say. I need it warm.
So, it's okay to feel weird sometimes.
Yeah, you're definitely right on that. And here we are, first period. Good luck today, right? Alright, alright.
Of course. See you at lunch.
So I walked into her classroom and closed the door behind her. I turned back around and head towards my own first period, which just so happens to be... Whoop. I don't know what that other was, but it's just sound like it. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean Yuri. Hey, it's just me. Don't worry about it. Oh. Yuri takes a deep breath in and out, calming herself down. Good morning, Aragon. Sorry for bumping into you. That's sort of becoming our way of introducing ourselves to each other, isn't it? Yeah, but it's no big deal. You feeling alright? Oh yes, I'm feeling quite alright. It's a lovely morning, isn't it? Yep. Today is shaping up to be absolutely beautiful. Don't you just love days like these? Yuri nods as she adjusts her bag around her shoulder and straightens out her blazer. How about I walk you to class? Mine is on the way there anyway. No, I'm alright. Wait, you... And just like that, she disappeared down the hallway. I need to get my other water bottle closer to me. I guess I can't really blame her though. Considering what just happened yesterday, I probably should have just given her some space. Still, I guess I can't help but worry about her. I adjust my uniform and head back towards my class. Sorry. So that's why I believe Perfego should be a part of the club's literature collection. Honestly, I'm actually considering it. You seem so passionate about it.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. You have to let me read some sometime.
Nice that you both are coming around to see manga for what it really is. It does feel like something's missing though. Is it me? I know I came a little late, but I overheard the conversation. I placed my things down on a nearby desk and joined the group. Sure, Aragon, it's you. Aren't you into manga just as much as I am? Oh, well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that... But what does that have to do with anything? I was talking about Yuri. Usually she'd argue with me about manga and stuff, and she just isn't here. It's hard to explain. I guess you're just used to her arguing with you. Her not being here is very noticeable. Wait, why isn't she here? I just saw her earlier this morning, and then I saw her again at lunchtime. Yuri came to me yesterday after the club meeting was over. It turns out she is actually quite bored with the club. She came to me explaining her concerns, then asked if she could just take a short leave for a while. I tried to ask her what I could have done to make things better, but yeah, unfortunately there was nothing I could say or do to convince her otherwise. Yuri left? No, that doesn't make sense. Not only did she empathize how much she wanted to stay in the club no matter what. You see, the manipulation tactics of Monica make sense, it just makes no sense for her to want Yuri to leave. Like, we're still not at that part of, like, the Monica arc. We're not in Act 2. Sayori's still here. She still can follow the goal of leading the club as this good leader, while still trying to work her path towards being with the player. Her original plan is still in action. Basically, if Sayori lived, she would actually be quite glad about that because she can basically just keep following her goal. Something isn't right here. Unless Monica's saying these things to protect her? Does she know about what happened yesterday too? Ugh, I knew it. Can't really seem surprised.
I am Monica! How come you didn't tell me about this? We could have helped her together!
Sorry, Sayori. I just didn't want to put this on you. Not sure what I can say here, but yeah, that wouldn't give me away. Other than the fact that I saw her earlier today, I guess. She seemed completely content with herself this morning. We had a nice conversation about the, weather. Which isn't the most interesting thing in the world, but it was relatively normal. That's my point. Well, it doesn't change things either way. She's gone for the time being. I wouldn't say she's no longer a member though. I feel like she'll come around eventually. We just have to do our best to make sure she's well accommodated the next time she's here, you know? On the other hand, it does make sense maybe for the distance, however it makes more sense for her to still try to make a distance between Sayori and the MC, so... rather than to already put her focus on Yuri. Yeah, alright then. I'll buy that. Natsuki's still a bit different from before.
It's not going to feel the same without her, though. I'd feel bad if we'd started having fun without her. Maybe we can talk to her later after this is okay.
She told me pretty explicitly that no one should bother her about this. Those were her wishes, and we should respect them. Sayori and Natsuki both nod in agreement. Now feeling the minority in the situation, I also follow suit. However, I feel like I can't help but feel like something isn't right here. Almost like I'm missing a very important piece to this puzzle. The rest of the meeting goes by pretty uneventfully, and after just a few conversations with each other, Monica decides to cut the meeting short. Okay everyone, again I'm very sorry we had to cut today's meeting short. I still need time to rework my plans to accommodate for Yuri's absence. I was thinking we should have poems tomorrow. The show must go on, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. But it still doesn't make it feel any less wrong.
We'll just have to live with it for now. That's the best way we can do. While sending Yuri away for a short while could still work. But I feel like the way she's handling things is already too far into like the process of Act 2, especially combined with what we saw at the beginning of her. Like her character progression in Act 2. And yes, you can actually notice this progression. I wouldn't be so set on this as much if it wasn't for the fact that my friend, very emotionally intelligent, can basically read real people at least very easily. And him and I had this discussion about this, and we came to this conclusion. And so therefore I'm so set on this opinion that this isn't like, that it makes sense that this like works this way. Because I feel like out of all people who would argue could make decipher Monica best, it would be him. I could ask him, like not just Monica, just like characters in general. He's very good at that. He read Monica's first poem and basically already guessed the general plot of the DLC. At least he didn't tell the people he was playing with at the time. But like, he is very quick and good at piecing together how like this character works. I feel like Yuri could still make sense with a shorter break to give her more time to build this bond with the player. Because she did want to push Sayori away a little bit, like, to give herself some time. To make sure when Sayori doesn't confess, she has more time to build herself, like, her own character out. How it just feels off that she's doing it while Sayori is still, like, the major quote-unquote problem in her, like, the inconvenience for her plan, basically. So I'm just trying to fully figure out why it's bothering me. But But I feel like it's just bothering me because of the beginning, and it feels like we're already in this part. But I feel like this actually does make sense. It's just combined with what we saw at the beginning and the way she handled things, and the way it seems like it wasn't acknowledged that the way that this is currently going is actually convenient for Monica, and that this is actually rather on par with like what she was originally planning to do, aside from the fact that we're like very close to Sayori now. And rather just seemed like it had the idea that Monica, that the beginning of like Monica trying to drive Sayori to suicide and then delete her, it seemed like at the beginning this was like implying that this was the plan, when that was completely unintentional. And that's why there was like this shift in behavior between acts. Especially in Monica, because like her goals had to basically change. Because she can't care about the club and simultaneously not completely succumb to regret over what happened with Sayori. And that's why there's this much like Act 1 Monica and Act 2 Monica. Act 2 Monica is absolutely apathetic. And due to that, it just feels like this would also be off, even though in actuality it probably wouldn't be. It's just with what I've seen before from this Monica, it just still feels, there's still this lingering feeling of there was this weird misconception about that it was the plan from the get-go. But yeah, it actually does make sense that she would want Yuri to like create some distance. However, I feel like it would also not make really much sense to be like, stop going to the club, and rather, like, as soon as she noticed that it doesn't work with her trying to distance Yuri from the MC, that it would, that she would like explode from the club, basically. Shoo her away from the club, because I feel like that also isn't like fitting with the still wanting to keep the club together. Another thing I'm picking up more and more is that it's like Monica had all this power. Monica, throughout majority of the game, we see as how frustrated she is because she has absolutely no idea what she's doing. So I feel like making her seem like this mastermind who knew this whole time how things were going when she absolutely did not is also a bit strange. Probably feeding into this idea that, is this with Yuri actually pretty accurate? I feel like it could work, but with what we've seen beforehand, it just feels like once again a weird, too aggressive behavior. Like a pattern of behavior is being followed that is stemming from something that is too aggressive. Not exactly aggressive, but like too extreme for actual Monica. And it stems from this idea that it was there at the beginning, and so due to that, oh good. Does that make sense? Maybe not, but... And I feel like I'll drop the topic of Monica from now on, because I feel like I said everything that needed to be said. I feel like this was also quite, like I said, a bit of a repetition from what I said earlier. So due to that, I'm probably not going to really point out Monica's behavior as much anymore, and I'll try to focus more on the other characters. Thus far, Yuri seemed pretty well with how she was handled. Natsuki. No, we didn't see enough of Natsuki yet for me to say anything, but it seems fine thus far. But was like Sayori. Sayori, I feel, is fine. Yeah, I feel she's fine the way it's currently going. There's one thing I noticed, but honestly I think that's more of a story problem than a Sayori problem. Well, we just have to live with it for now. That's the best we can do. Now, does anybody have any other questions about future club plans? We all shake our head in unison. Even Natsuki has remained relatively quiet since the meeting started. Great! Thanks for listening! Arigan, I'd like to speak with you in private, if that's alright? Oh, sure. You can head home if you'd like, Sayori. But I shouldn't be long. Sure, Arigan. Just come in when you get home. Come on, Natsuki. Let's walk together. Sure, why not? So, what was it you wanted to talk about? Going to take a guess and say it about Yuri? Well, yeah, actually. See, there are a few things you need to know about her if you continue trying to be friends with her anyway. Okay. Where is this going? First things first, Yuri is... Well, she can be a bit obsessive. She's the type to get really attached to anything that gives her attention. She's also known for partaking in some eccentric methods to relax and such. She's talked to me about certain aspects of her life that seem to tell me that she's got a lot going on in it. What I'm trying to say is, being a friend probably isn't the best route to take off right now. Okay. And why should you be the one to tell me who my friends should and shouldn't be? Who are you to make those decisions for me? I'm not! I'm simply telling you that being friends with Yuri would be an extra burden on you. You say Yuri to handle, remember? I'll make my own decisions on that front, Monica. But I appreciate your concern. For example, once again, like these approaches, this really trying to say, stay away from that person, not just making snide remarks about it like in Act 1, but like straight up telling you, I don't want you to spend time with this person. That's an Act 2 thing. That's basically what I meant. But I appreciate your concern. I walk past Monica and gather my things. Who does she think she is? Tell me that I can't be friends with someone because they're a little different. This is the type of thing you're always talking about. Being treated differently just because she's got stuff going on. But being told to just leave her be? Yeah, that's not going to happen. But I'd be lying if I said that your situation didn't bother me. It's been on my mind for the last day and a half. But not being friends with someone just because they're a little different? I'm surprised Monica would even say something like that. Why? I shake my head. I probably won't figure anything out just by standing here. I grab my things and head out the door. What the?
Hey, Aragon! You didn't take too long!
I didn't. I'm surprised you guys decided to wait for me here, though.
Natsuki said she wanted to talk to us both. Something about Yuri, right?
Keep your voice down! Let's go somewhere else to talk about this. I don't want Monica to hear us.
Hey! Keeping secrets from Monica is nice! We're all friends, aren't we?
This is different, okay? Let's just go, alright? Come on, Sayori. I'm sure you can let this one slide this time, right?
Yes, of course! I was only kidding!
So, what is it you wanted to talk to us about? Look, I'm not the kind of girl to go around talking behind people's backs. But this is a bit different now. I don't think Monica's being 100% truthful about Yuri and why she left. Yeah. Yuri and I hang out sometimes. And yesterday, she didn't seem like herself. I mean, she's usually pretty distant, but this time she was really distant. Like, something bad had happened or something. That's when she told me she'd be taking a break from the club for a while. I decided not to pester her about any more details because, honestly, she seemed really upset. I didn't really want to push her to prod buttons. I don't want to judge her when she's not even here, but Yuri's not exactly the easiest person to talk to. Or rather, to get to talk to her, to get to talk to. To get her to talk, if you get what I mean. That is how I would speak. So there's no way I tried to ask for more personal details. All I know is that she's got some stuff going on, and Monica isn't being truthful about why she left. One thing's for sure, though. She is not bored with the club or any of that nonsense Monica just gave.
I may not have known her that long, but I've known her long enough to know that if she's ready to talk, she'll talk. Trying to get her to open up about something personal so quickly would probably just do more harm than good. It's probably best if we let her clear her head.
Clear her head. Somehow that sounds familiar. I agree, that's probably the best idea. It's getting harder and harder to keep up with the idea that I know nothing about what Yuri is going through. Well, you and I aren't exactly close either. The least I can do is maybe try and convince her to tell someone else about it. It's pretty clear that Natsuki does care about Yuri, just doesn't show it all too often.
Also, what if Monica just made that up to protect Yuri? How do we know that she doesn't know what Yuri's going through?
We don't, but I just want to clear things up with you both. Yuri's not bored with the club. I guess I just wish she'd tell me what's on her mind. I'm sure she just needs some time to figure out how to tell you.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that maybe it's something pretty serious, and that she just needs time to figure stuff out herself before she can tell anybody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I'll let her up when I get home. I'm just worried that my dad won't let me talk to her.
Strict parents?
Yeah, you could say that. Speaking of which, I should start heading home, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm interested to see how Natsuki's father is handled here, because I've only ever seen like really two representations. Either something that could be Act 2, which I'm currently already quite with Monica's Act 2 behavior feels strange. Or like, her father is actually not bad at all. Why should he be bad? There is no sign that he's actually bad outside of Act 2. He's controlling. He is abusive, because controlling behavior is abusive behavior. Does that mean he's a bad person, per se? Maybe not. That's now up for, like, creative imagination. But is he a good parent? Not exactly, no. He does seem to give her an allowance in this ISO, but, like... And he certainly isn't that controlling that he would, like, freak out at everything and, like, be abusive. That's, like, abusive. Like, physically abusive and stuff like that, I mean. But he certainly does have, like, is abusive in the sense of that he's controlling. I wonder if how it's going to be handled here. If we're already going to, like, go, oh, it's Act 2-ish? Or if it's going to be, like, mixture, like, if they find something that I feel like would fit much better. Because they're certainly not going with the Natsuki's father's not actually a bad parent at all type of thing, because they're obviously having like hinting at something there. And we went into Yuri's stuff, so I'm assuming we'll get into Natsuki's stuff too. And hey, let's hang out with Yuri tomorrow at lunchtime. I've been getting sick of my other friends lately anyways.
Sounds like a wonderful idea. Can you bring some cookies?
Fine. I'll see if I have the time to make some today. We both wave to Natsuki and start heading towards the other direction. So, that turned out way more interesting than I thought it would.
Yeah, but poor Yuri. She must be feeling really bad as she decided to take a break from the club. I can't help but feel like I should be doing something for her.
Yeah, I get that. I agree, as you said. As you said, probably best to let her figure things out on her own.
Yeah.
How long have you and Yuri known each other anyway? Like, before the club?
Me and Yuri? Not long, actually. I only got to know her a little bit when the club started.
I see.
Still, I guess I'm just worried about her. She really did care about the club. So her taking this break must mean it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like it's my moral obligation as vice president to care about my club members.
Something tells me that you'd care about her regardless of your position.
Maybe.
Siri and I continue walking down the hallway in silence. It's really hard to talk about this sort of thing when I know everything about it. As much as I'd like to tell Sayori, that's not really an option. I don't want to break Yuri's trust, nor do I want to make Sayori worry about her. More than she already does, anyway. Think of it this way, Sayori. She's got Natsuki by her side. I'm sure you'll confide in her when she's comfortable. So I don't think you should worry too much, okay?
Yeah, I think you're right, Aragon. We'll be seeing her tomorrow anyway.
Soon I reach the exit and make our way home. I'll probably stay over at Sayori's for a bit again, just to help her with her homework. I wonder if I should tell Sayori about what Monica told me, though. It didn't just seem like something she'd normally say. What's going on between her and Yuri, I wonder? Moving the mic a bit, I hope it's not too noticeable. Transition! This time we didn't get the alarm clock sound. Still keeping my eyes closed, I reach over and scramble to turn my alarm off before falling back into bed.
Ugh, so tired.
Once again, Sayu and I stayed up pretty late working on homework assignments. It really is starting to feel like a lot of work, but it's nice that I've got her by my side to help me out. She's actually pretty good in her writing and creative arts classes, so she helps me out with that sort of thing. And considering we're sharing our poems with each other today, I figured she'd help me write my own. Well, we tried our best anyways. At first glance, this poem doesn't mean anything to me. But Sayori insisted that I'd share this one, so can't really go against her wishes. I gather my assignments in my bag, checking that I have all I need, and head downstairs to make myself some breakfast. I finish up the last pieces of my toast and lock my door behind me. I can already hear the footsteps of a very familiar friend of mine running up to me. Good morning, Aragon! You remembered to write your poem this time, right? I reach into my pocket and unfold the piece of paper in which my poem resides. Right here, Miss Vice President of the Literature Club. Awesome! I don't know why you're asking me this anyway. I literally walked out it right in front of you last night, dummy. I'm just making sure you didn't forget it at home, okay? I chuckle and hug Sayori from the side. I'm just teasing. Thanks for looking out for me. I appreciate it. I do have an unfortunate rep for leaving stuff behind sometimes. Yeah, you sometimes do. Now let's go. We're going to be late. Sarah grabs my arm and pulls me along with her on our daily commute. Morning classes flew by relatively quickly. By the time I know it, it's already lunchtime. Saya and I walk into the cafeteria and start taking a look around. Knowing Yuri, she'd probably find a quiet place to eat, so we didn't want to miss her if she decided to leave soon after getting her lunch. You think she'll be here? You can't go hungry after all? Yeah, I've no reason to believe she wouldn't be. Though honestly, I don't really want to freak her out either. Yeah, Yuri does frighten easily. Especially when it comes to social situations. Exactly. So if we see her, let's just be cool about it. And make the effort to hang out with her. How about Natsuki? She said for me to text her when we're already sitting down. She didn't want to seem like we planned this out. Got it. That makes sense. Sarah and I walk around the cafeteria casually, dodging the massive lines of hungry students all trying to get the best food before it's all gone. We packed some bento boxes just for this occasion. I hate waiting in these lines, and it only makes finding Yuri easier. A quick glance around the room reveals... Aha! There's our girl. Sure enough, Yuri is gracefully following the lunch line, carrying a tray of her own and minding her business. Yuri is doing everything gracefully. Alright, there she is. Let's wait for her to grab her food, and then we'll do a totally convincing method of running into her. Sound good? Yep, I'm excited! Awesome, let's head that way. Sarah and I quickly make our way towards the cafeteria exit, and anxiously wait for Yuri to get her food. This is kind of weird now that I really stopped to think about it. I mean, clearly she wants her space after everything that's happened. What if she doesn't even want to see any of us right now? Oh jeez, maybe this idea wasn't the... So then I said, that's no moon, that's a space room! Station. Yeah. I completely forgot my line. Oh look, there's Yuri! Hi Yuri! Sarah is at Yuri with so much energy that I'm sure she just created her own mini wind current. Boah, sometimes I feel like I'm doing that. Like sometimes when I wave, like even now when I'm waving, I'm currently waving and I feel like I'm creating something very, like I feel the wind against, like I feel the wind I'm creating against my own hand. And like when I wave normally, it isn't like that. I feel like it's like when I hold my hand in front of my waving hand, I feel a bit of wind. But like this, I feel like I'm going against the wind I'm creating or whatever. Good afternoon. She then rushes over to Yuri and wraps her arms around her. Sayori, you need to give me more warnings before you do these things. Sorry, I just can't myself when I see you. It's time to learn about it before you bump into someone who is actually going to have panic attacks from this. Learned that the hard way. Sarah and I share quick glances with each other. So I'm almost positive we had the exact same thing in our minds. Anyway, fancy seeing you here in this cafeteria. Yes, indeed.
Hey, do you want to eat lunch with us?
Oh, I wouldn't want to impose.
No, silly. I insist. We heard about the break you're taking from the club, so this would be one of the few chances we get to all hang out together for a while.
I guess that is true. Yuri takes a deep breath to calm herself down. Yes, I think I'd like that very much. Thank you, Sayori. And thank you too, Aragon. Yuri says this with so much sincerity, it's almost like she wanted this to happen. She probably isn't very good at showing it, but I know that all Yuri needs is a couple of good friends to rely on. I just hope she's doing okay ever since that day. Yuri leads us to the corridor where she usually sits and eats by herself. Almost no students are around during this time, so just about perfect for Yuri. While following closely behind Yuri, I quickly pull out my phone and text Natsuki on where to find us. Hopefully this isn't too suspicious. Yuri and Sayori both adjust their skirts before sitting themselves down on a nearby bench. That's why I hate wearing skirts and dresses. I'm not good at these things. I remember I was once in a weird, one of these horror houses. But it was just a small thing. It wasn't anything really terrifying. And we went in there and we were in an elevator, quote unquote. And we were going down and I was wearing a dress and the wind they were blowing from below just fully boomed my entire... Luckily I was able to catch it before anything was visible, but Jesus Christ! It was horrible continuously holding this down. Thank God I was right by a wall. Because I'm pretty sure I didn't manage to hold everything down the whole time. I squeeze it next to Sayori and pull out my bento box. She does the same. You both pack bento boxes? That's a good idea. I should probably do that sometime.
Very good.
Sayori says it with her mouth already full of food.
Oop. Sorry.
Yuri giggles after eating a small bit of rice. How are you, Sayori? Have things been going okay recently?
Yep, everything's been going great. Well, except for all the school assignments I have to do.
Yes, those can be burdensome at times.
Yeah. It's hard for me because I feel like I can never understand what I'm supposed to be learning.
You're a smart woman now, Sayori. I'm sure with enough time and effort you can get it down.
You really think so? I do try my best.
And that's the best thing you can do. Oh hey! Fancy seeing you three here! Natsuki casually walks up to our little group, keeping up the facade that she had no idea we'd be here in the first place. Oh, Natsuki, what brings you here? You usually don't come to this part of the school during this time. You know those friends of mine? They can be real jerks sometimes, you know. Oh, sorry to hear that. Would you like to join us for lunch then? Well, it's not like I need people to hang out with or anything, but sure, why not? The girls and I have a good time talking about school, club activities, and all sorts of things. Which only makes the elephant in the room all the more obvious. Look, guys. Look, guys. This is nice and all, but it's pretty obvious why you're all here with me right now. I don't want you all to feel obligated to spend time with me because I decided to take a break from the club. Really, I'm fine. I just need time to figure myself out. We wouldn't be hanging out with you if you didn't really feel like it, Yuri. We're your friends. That's why we're here with you right now.
Yeah, we're here for you, Yuri. Hope that's okay with you, of course.
Yuri, I think you and I both know more than anybody else that we do really care about you. Whatever it is you're going through, you don't have to get through it on your own. Yuri sniffles as tears begin to stream down her face. Sayori and Natsuki both nod to show their agreement. Oh, thank you guys. I feel so bad for not realizing it sooner. Yuri gently caresses her left arm. But I can't deny it anymore. I'm so glad that you all are part of my life now. I don't think I could ask for better friends. I know we haven't known each other for very long, but I feel like we can all form some real good friendships with each other as time passes. I just hope that, even with all my imperfections, you will still accept me for who I am. Seb's arms around Yuri once again. Sayori, you really need to ask for permission before you go hugging everyone like that.
I'm so...
Yuri smiles and giggles softly. I'm just kidding. Your hugs are wonderful, even if they are a bit shocking sometimes. I disagree, because it still keeps sending the message that it's okay. Please. If someone keeps telling you that, and someone if this was behavior towards one of my hapophobic friends, he'd be terrified of Sayori. He literally wouldn't be able to be around her alone, because it would genuinely give him anxiety. Like, even if he would still be like, Sayori is nice, another part of him would be literally just like, Sayori is scary, and he would straight up deem it somewhat dangerous. He'd feel in danger around her. And that's not even what Sayori wants. So we need to make sure that she knows this before she gets and tries to do this with other people and it backfires. Another friend of mine has once managed to... I accidentally was about to hug him, reached his arm, and he instinctively pushed me back really hard. Nothing really happened. But if I was like full-blown hugging him, I feel like this response would be even more extreme, because it's like a very intense fight or flight response, basically. Before Sayori gets herself hurt and makes people uncomfortable and scared around them, which is absolutely not what she wants, and she would feel guilty about that for absolutely no reason. Say that you like it, not that it's something that she can't go around hugging everyone like that. That literally can be really... Well, if I say dangerous, once again, it sounds strange, but like, it... Actually, you know what? I feel like dangerous does make sense in this context.
Awesome! About what you said earlier. Of course we'll accept you! That's what friends are for, right?
Sorry, I usually want to wait until emotional moments are over, but like... it really rubs me the wrong way when people are like, oh, Sayori sucks so wonderful. Yeah, my friends will still have panic attacks. You will not... It will not matter that it's Sayori. The only thing that will matter about it is that Sayori will then feel absolutely guilty because she keeps giving my friends panic attacks and they deem her dangerous.
Sarah's right. And besides, wouldn't us hanging out together make it obvious that I don't care about any of your imperfections? We're friends. And there isn't a whole lot in this world that you can really change that would really change that. Yeah, we fight sometimes, but what's like a friendship without a little bit of fighting here and there?
Yuri wipes away her tears and lets out a heavy sigh. Thank you. I apologize for not being able to give the full details on why I decided to take a break from the club. I just need more time to figure all that out. I hope you will understand.
We all nod in unison. Take all the time you need, Yuri. We understand.
And don't forget, we're all here for you. You're not alone on this, and you never will be, okay? Yuri nods and looks away for a moment.
Well, now that this is all over with, who wants cookies? Oh? Me first! I'll get the first one!
I'll take the second. I guess a cookie wouldn't hurt. So we take some time to enjoy our snacks. I cannot but think about Monica's reason for doing this. You're so appreciative of us. Why would Monica want her out of the club? She wouldn't want her out of the club. She would want her spending less time with you. That's the problem. I don't believe that she'd do with this without her reasons. But there's a whole lot but there's not a whole lot I can do about it right now. Familiar sound rings over the intercom, which tells us that it's about time to get to class.
Oh shoot! I completely lost track of time! My class on the other side of the school.
So was mine. Looks like we're both out of luck. What?
Yuri, take care, okay? Natsuki, eat my dust.
Sarah immediately reaches for her bag and practically zooms down the hallway.
Oh, you're on!
Natsuki follows suit, nearly bumping into other students on their way down. Sometimes those two are like bread and butter, huh? I agree. For a girl like Natsuki, I think it's nice that she's got someone like Sayori as a friend. But about how her friends treat her, her friends. It almost seems like she's an outcast in her group. Yeah. A few weeks ago, when we read manga together, she brought them up with me. I don't think they're particularly close, at least it seemed that way. Yuri nods as she cleans up her tray and places it on top of a nearby trash can. She grabs her bag and places it over her shoulder. So, how are the... Yuri raises her hand in the air, gesturing for me to stop talking. I'll be fine, Erika. As I said earlier, I need time to figure this out. It's something that I've done for a long time. Yuri gently caresses her left arm once again. It's not exactly easy to... stop. Not when I've relied on it for so long. Okay. I understand. Thank you, Aragon. Thanks to you, I've been able to really reflect on my decisions and who I am as a person. And we're just friends, right? Yeah? Why ask me that all of a sudden? No reason in particular. I just don't want you... I want to give you the wrong impression or anything. Oh! Yeah, I get you. I think there's another girl I've got my eyes on anyway. I hope that all works out for you too. I guess it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Well, I would imagine you also knew how obvious it was. In any case, I do wish you good luck with her. You two are cute together. Thanks. Now, would it be alright if I walked you to class? Sure, let's go. You and I walk down the hallway towards our classes. I guess this lunch hangout turned out to be a good idea after all. I don't expect you to return to the club just yet, and honestly it's probably better that way. At least until she figures things out for herself. Okay, everyone! I know that we don't have a full club at the moment, but the show must go on, right? So let's just take it easy and share poems with each other, alright? Right, sharing poems. It's been a while since we've done this with each other, though this time around I don't feel as lost on who to show my poem to. So Sayori will be my first choice. As I walk up to Sayori, I step in my tracks when I realize... You forgot that I'm the one who helped you write your poem this time, didn't you? Yeah, kind of. However, you never showed me yours. Perfect opportunity to give it to us.
That's true. I wanted it to be a surprise.
Sue reaches into her bag and pulls out her poem.
Here you go.
I already like the title.
Clear skies ahead. The weather outside is really nice. I take all 4 bottles and carry them outside. The air is nice and the wind is gentle. I have to make sure I don't drop these bottles. They're important to my friends. Oh, there's a storm over there. I need to protect the bottles. It starts to rain. They're rain clouds. They just won't... Oh, never mind. He's right here, carrying an umbrella for me. Here's a bottle too, with my name on it.
I feel like it's good, it brings in the bittersweet style. I just feel like it's lacking the typical Sayori structures. It's like, even in the side stories, it's different, but it's still not completely gone, so. A nice poem. I feel like it catches Sayori's style and like outside of the structuring very well. But I really miss like the well-structured poems. Sarah beams as I finish reading her poem. The only poem that I've seen that had like no signs of the actual structures, and when you get all the Sayori poems, you get like one like special poem basically. Like when you get all the like in the plus version. When you get like I've seen all the poems, there's like the ladybug poem, and that's the only one that's like not referring to any type of structure. So I can see that it might be troublesome to try to stick to the other structures. Especially in the side stories, it's different compared to the main game. In the main game, even in like the percentage poem, it like always remained like similar, the same about the same. In the side stories, it's still a bit there, but it's changed. In Ladybug, their poem, there's like not really that the exact same thing anymore there. But I do miss the typical Sayori structure. It's her style, but the tone of it feels wildly different than any of the ones I've seen from her. It still has a bit of bittersweetness in it, but it certainly is more leaning, compared to like the Bottles poem, which leaned more into the bitterness, whilst having like the sweetness. This feels more like it's like, it has a bit of bitterness still there, but it's like generally sweet.
What do you think? I kind of just let my feelings turn into words for this one.
I can tell. It's very nice. It's nice to see that you're feeling better, Sayori.
I don't really know how to say it out loud, honestly. People say I'm good at reading other people's emotions and stuff, but when it comes to my own, my brain just starts to scramble and dance around.
I genuinely feel like there's like... She's good at reading people's feelings, but not always. Like, even after the argument. And when they like choose her, like... For example, the Natsuki statement, that's not what the problem that Natsuki had. And it's a bit also obvious when we're like go the Natsuki round, it's like... The line the MC says though, if sometimes she's so simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. That's genuinely not a lie. She's good at reading people, but not always. And sometimes what she says actually, I feel like, adds a bit, like, in Natsuki's case, it added a bit more to the problem of only being perceived as cute.
Almost like it's avoiding explaining anything altogether, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Still, it's nice that you're able to express yourself using poems. I think that makes you a terrific writer.
Thanks, Aragon! Now go see the other girls' poems.
Right away, Miss Vice President. Natsuki's talking with Monika about her poem. Strangely enough, it looks like Monika doesn't have a poem out to share. Or rather, it only seems that way. It's possible she hasn't gotten a chance to share hers yet. I wait a few moments for Natsuki and Monika to finish talking before I get to Natsuki to share my poem. Keeping up this... Oh. A few minutes go by and Monika walks off towards the front of the room, which indicates my go-ahead to show Natsuki my poem. Hey Natsuki, ready to exchange poems? Jeez, when you ask it like that, it sounds really lame. Well, how else am I supposed to ask it? Whatever. Can I see your poem now? I playfully roll my eyes as I hand Natsuki my poem and she hands me hers. Cute. I mean, beautiful. It's just fluffy friends. Reminds me of a... Oh jeez. One of my friends did write a poem with the same title. But the structure looks different. Fluffy friends. Fresh air feels nice. Fluffy clouds look nice. So new friends are nice too. Fluffy friends and fluffy new things. It feels good, this fresh air. The boy was pretty weird. He just came for snacks. But I like this boy. He was a good friend. My first fluffy friend. The girl was pretty quiet. She just wanted to be left alone. I didn't like this girl, but she became a good friend. Another fluffy friend. The second girl was pretty loud. She just wanted to see everyone happy. I wanted to see her happy too. She became a good friend. A third fluffy friend. The final girl was pretty strange. She wants what's best for everyone. I like this girl. She became a good friend. My final fluffy friend. Fresh air feels nice. Fluffy clouds look nice. And my fluffy friends are nice too. Yeah, definitely not the poem I found read. I feel like this film also fits like Natsuki very well. outside of the messaging, it feels a little bit different from Amy Likes Spiders. Like, it has something similar, but it's also quite different. Not just in the messaging, but also in, like, a bit of the way it was portrayed. But she did say she wanted to switch her style. And besides, I have no right to speak when it comes to writing Natsuki poems. I'm not good with structure. Like, my poems are more like Yuri's, like a mixture of Yuri and Sayori, because I don't always use, like, very extremely complex words, but, like, in general, my structuring is more like Yuri's and less like Sayori's and Natsuki's structuring tends to be very specific, and honestly I admire that because I have no idea how to do it properly. There were like 2 poems where I feel like the structure actually is good. But outside of that, either I don't try it or I try it and I just stop halfway through because I don't know how to structure properly. And then I just write with the word like always, which doesn't have like a very unique structure. Like, I build in, like, meaning in the way I structure it. But it's not, like, a unique, distinct structure like here. Well, what do you think? It's pretty good. Meaning was clear and I didn't get lost in any of it. Guess that's what I've always liked your poems. Good! Like I've said before, you don't need super complicated vocabulary to have deep meaning in your poems. I agree. And hey, nice to know I'm your, fluffy friend. I brace for impact as I take shelter behind her poem. Ugh. Well, I guess that's true. I did write it after all. An opportunity knocks on the door. Okay, but I want to hear you say it. What? Come on, I want to hear you call me a fluffy friend. Ugh, no, I'm not doing that. Aw, come on. Where's the harm in saying it out loud? You already wrote it, now you just need to say it. Ugh, Aragon, I'm not going to say that. You stupid thing to think I'm even if I ever consider saying that out loud. There's a reason I wrote it in my poem, idiot! She completely snaps. Okay, I yield. I was only teasing you. Natsuki completely goes silent. Okay, I'm sorry. No, really, I am. I want to hear what you thought of my poem. Oh, jeez, maybe I pushed it too far this time. Natsuki? Oh. Okay, seriously, it wasn't my bad for making fun of you like that. It was a bad call, I really am sorry. That was really rude, Aragon. You sound just like my other friends there. Did you really think it was a good idea to make fun of someone's poem like that? I mean, I put a lot of thought into this last night. It's a little disappointing that that's all you got out of it. Jeez, I'm stupid and I messed up, I'm sorry. Alright, what's all this yelling about? Oh yeah, I may have cracked a pretty bad joke about Natsuki's poem. Monica gasps. Aragon, how could you do that? Making fun of someone else's poem after they put so much love and thought into it? Shame on you. I said I was sorry. I didn't mean it alright. I just thought it would have been funny. Still, Aragon, I know you haven't done this in a while, but... Okay, Monica, that's enough. I don't need your help. I already yelled at Aragon enough as it is. Oh, alright then. Hopefully you guys work this out between yourselves. Can't have any extra drama in the club after all. Extra? Monica walks off without another word. All the while Natsuki continues to throw daggers. So, we good now? Shh. That really hurt. Especially if they start to consider you one of my first true friends. Oh, jeez, Natsuki, I really am sorry. I don't know what else I could do to prove that. It's fine, don't worry about it. It just reminded me too much of what people always tease me about. Like how my writing's very childish or whatever. It's annoying when you just want to share your writing with others. And then you just make fun of it or don't take you seriously, you know? Who's she talking about? I don't remember anybody here making fun of her writing. Other than Yuri, maybe? But even then, it was more of a heated argument rather than Yuri blatantly making fun of her writing. This feels like something more than that. I'm not saying you're like them. It just reminded me too much of that, and I'm just getting really tired of it. I'm sorry for lashing out at you too. I didn't mean to yell at you for like that, or call you an idiot. Sorry. I'd be satisfied if you just remembered to respect my writing a little bit more, if I'm being honest with you. Of course. I'll be sure to remember that. Sorry. By the way, I like your poem a lot, even though it is a bit obvious that it isn't yours. Yeah. Still not the best at writing poems. Chill. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Seems like a writer, and an even better friend. You don't need to defend anything, dummy. As for your other poems, I thought you were okay at them. Not better than me, of course. Natsuki gives me a friendly shove. Thanks for sharing with me. I'll go share like you're in my poem now. Hey, it was nice to read yours too. And I'm sorry again. Truly I am. Natsuki only grabs her poem and looks away from me. Now I really do feel terrible about what I said. So, have you made amends? I sheepishly hand my poem over to Monica. Yeah. Though it was pretty obvious that I really did get her upset. Of course you did, Aragon. You made fun of her poem. That's something I never expected from you, honestly. I mean, Natsuki and I got pretty close when the club started, so I guess I thought a joke like that would have been okay to make. That's true, I forget about that. But we never talked about that with anybody. It was mostly between us. You know me. I always know more than you think. Alright then. By the way, where's your poem? I didn't see you give one to it's right here! Monica swiftly hands me a poem as she takes mine. Guess she does have one after all. Let's see. The way it's spelled certainly feels Monica-ish. Masked man. A little girl lay in the field. She counted the stars. She counted the clouds. Day by day, she counted the stars and clouds as they flew by. But each day, a man, cloaked in black, would steal her memories away. She would start from zero. The masked man thought he could bring her great suffering. But the little girl was happy to keep counting. For that was her purpose. Hello world. Like the, it was something with programming, but I forgot exactly what it was called, but yeah. The man thought he would bring her great suffering. I'm currently seeing if this is about any of the other girls or herself, because it could work for the other girls too. But it could always also work for her. Like, the general point is, of course, like, in the reference to the game, this is the purpose. They're just these characters and they have this purpose, and even in, like, they always keep forgetting, it's still, like, their purpose. They still do this. What do you think? Hopefully you don't have any distasteful jokes to say about my poem as well. No, not at all. It's nice. I'm guessing, it has something to do with not knowing stuff? Exactly! I guess it really does depend on one's circumstances, however. Despite this poem, I actually value the harsh truth of a happy lie. Huh, really? What if that truth brings you great pain? Then I do my best to power through that pain. It's understood that the truth can set somebody free. And if it ever came down to it, well, I don't know what I'd do. What do you mean? I don't really know, actually. I see. Why don't I stay silent for a while? I can overhear Natsuki and Sayori across the room discussing their poems with each other. Hearing how passionate Sayori is about this stuff is heartwarming. It really does seem like she's getting better day by day. Hey, what's up? I think it's really nice that we've gotten to talk to each other like this. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, it really has. Sayori's kept you so distracted. It might be tough trying to help her out all on your own. Yeah. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a challenge. I sometimes wonder if I'm even doing the right thing. What do you mean? I mean, like, after everything that's happened. I'm almost certain she thinks I'm only doing this because of what happened, rather than it being from the heart. I understand now. Yeah. And I don't really know how to prove it to her either. Well, I hate to break this to you now, Aragon. It's possible that you'll never be able to do that. Within the context of everything that's happened, it's probably impossible to ever get rid of those thoughts. At least entirely. You probably will never get rid of it entirely. Like with most mental illness, it can get better, and you can learn to live with a happy life with it, but it's like, it's still going to impact you. It'll never fully go away, and on some days it will still like really trouble you. I don't know how to say it properly. He's only there because he has to be. It's probably what she's thinking every time you're with her. Which then leads me to question, do you trust her to be left on her own? Well, of course it... yeah, that's what I thought. So then what am I supposed to do? Just leave her to fend for herself? I want to help her get better! And there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to keep in mind that maybe she doesn't want you to help her. I look towards the other girls, who are smiling, laughing with each other. Sayori. It's about time we wrapped up the club meeting, but hey... It was nice for us to talk with each other again. We have to do this again sometime. I do really like talking to you. Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess it's nice for me too. I can't help but sound slightly dejected after this exchange, though. There's now a sinking feeling in the back of my mind about all this. What if I can't help Sayori? Why do I feel like it's my obligation to anyway? Because I love her? Is that a valid enough reason to keep trying to help her? Okay, everyone! Again, this meeting was shorter than usual, but I hope everyone had fun sharing their poems and learning more about each other.
Yeah, it was great! So, not being able to read Yuri's poem was very noticeable. The club doesn't feel complete without her.
Yeah, I have to agree with her there. Which reminds me, Monica. She's just going to straight out say it. Which, you know what? I'm proud of her for that. Why did you lie about Yuri being bored with the club?